Good morning, everyone. So I thought it would be fun to go live. Chris is off today and he has kids outside. So I thought it would be fun to go live and show you guys some of the resources that I have been using pretty much daily while homeschooling Leah since having a newborn. I feel like a lot of these things have made my life so much easier. And I kind of did a 360 once I had Ella. And I totally changed my curriculum, totally changed what I was doing, and I find this a lot easier to keep up with. So I wanted to share with you guys what I am doing. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is the curriculum that many people have been talking about, and it is the good and the beautiful curriculum. I kept seeing this all over Instagram. Many people were talking about it, and I just thought it would be neat to try out. It was $15 and I own it now. So it was $15 for the download, and now I can use it whenever I want. I can use it in the future for Hunter and Ella. So I feel like that is an amazing price for a amazing curriculum. So I just kind of want to show you what, and then I just printed it. I use the HP Insta Ink, and I feel like that's a really good value. That's another favorite, HP Insta Ink, where they you pay for like a number of pages and they upload it for you. So I have been using that, and I just have been printing out any curriculums that I'm using. Hi, Disney Life for me. Hi, Daniela. So let me go ahead and show you how it's structured. At first, I was very hesitant because I'm very against using workbooks. So I was hesitant, but I said, you know what? So many people are recommending it. It's worth the $15 to try it. It's either 15 or 35. Now I'm drawing a blank. When I'm done with this live video, as soon as I get a chance, I'll link it so you guys can look up the price, because now I'm second guessing myself. But I know for sure it's under 40 bucks, so it's definitely worth it. So what's awesome about this curriculum is it's a very hands-on curriculum. It is not a curriculum to just sit down and write in a workbook, because that is not how I prefer teaching, and that's not how Leah prefers learning. So let me go ahead and show you kind of some of the activities you do. I've ripped out a lot of the pages because there involves cutting. So, and look, there's even like artwork that they have to go through. So let me go ahead and show you a page that we haven't done. Like I said, we just started this a few months ago. So what's neat is, like, you have, let me open up a fresh page that she hasn't used. She's been doing really great. She's come such a long way and learned so much from this curriculum. Okay, so what's really fun is it includes letters that you're learning. So basically, I started with the level K primer, and by the time you start level K primer, you should know your letters and kind of have a good grasp of letter sounds. Like, you can review them, but they have to have a good grasp of it. So then you review the letter sounds, and then you start learning to read. So thanks, Miguel. You're crazy. Um, anyways, my brother and sister-in-law are on here. Thank you guys for watching. Anyways, so you click on the green box, or you look at the green box, and then they start practicing spelling. So she should know these sounds by now. So she'll say at, and then they like progress. So then she goes at, sat, and then at, mat. So it's starting to teach basic reading. And then she gets to do different games. So, like, for example, this is kind of like a bingo. I really enjoy using like fun erasers. So right now, since it's like spring and Easter time, we use like the chicks and the bunnies. And she has to, I'll say, like, find the letter. We'll change it up. She'll either go through each one and tell me what the letters are and the sounds, and then put the eraser on, or I'll say, find the letter R and tell me the R sound, and she'll find it, put the eraser, and she'll say rrr, and that type of thing. So it includes a lot of games. It's not just her sitting down and writing. Then this has helped her so much with her writing. It progresses. Like, it starts small, like you start on the purple dot and it has the arrows, but then eventually you get to a point where you do it by yourself. And she has come such a long way with her writing with this. Another thing that has helped with her writing, which is another one of my favorites, is scented markers. We have tried crayons, we've tried block crayons, we've tried tiny crayons, we've tried colored pencils, we've tried so many things. And the thing that has encouraged her to write the most is using scented markers. So that's what I've been using. It has been so helpful to her. So definitely, these I got from the Dollar Spot last year, and I feel like they're worth the investment if it makes your child excited about reading. So there's always like a little writing practice, but it's not overwhelming. It's like something short. Then there will be something like a game or like this, she has to point to different features of the painting. So, and then like, for example, it says point to the dog. What are the sounds in the word dog? So she has to think about dog, duh, ah, g, and talk about those sounds. So it has some higher level thinking. Some of them include like the page was ripped out, but it included like a treasure box, and she had to stick the money in the treasure box. There's also cutting in here. Let me see if I can find a page where she has to cut. And what you do is you end up just ripping out the page and you cut it. So here's a game. So you cut these out and then you sort them here. So something I ordered off of Amazon, which I really like, are these scissors. And they're by the Suppy, what is it? Stanley Guppy brand. And these have been great. They're not too sharp, but they are not so dull where she can't cut, because the scissors I had before, they were like plastic and she was not being able to cut, so she never wanted to cut. But these are a good balance, I feel like, for her age. So definitely recommend these. I got a 2-pack off of Amazon for like $5. So there's actual hands-on activities. So I feel like this reaches every type of learner. It reaches the kinesthetic learner when you're actually separating and sorting things and pointing and using things like buttons and coins. But then it's also reaching the audio learner when you're having to say sounds. And then it's also gearing towards the visual learner by actually seeing the letters. So, and seeing how you write it. And so I feel like it reaches a lot of learning styles. So, oh, here's another one of the cutting. They have you cut out flashcards, which I think is great. So you just rip it out, and there's nothing, like if you print these double-sided, there's nothing on that side. Like they have white for that side. And you just cut it out and you do like a sorting game with it. So definitely recommend The Good and the Beautiful. I cannot speak highly enough about it. I will be using this curriculum next year, but there's more to come on next year's curriculum soon. Another thing I have really been enjoying that has been a lifesaver since having Ella is the kindergarten toolkit. I ordered it when she was having a snow sale. I had my eye on it, but didn't want to quite invest. And then she did her big snow sale, and I went ahead and ordered it. I really like it. There are tons of things you can search on Instagram to see activities to go along with this, and that's where I've gotten a lot of my ideas. So if you look up Kindergarten Toolkit on Instagram and you see pictures taken of her, you'll see a lot of games that people do. So what's included in the Kindergarten Toolkit is this book, which it lists things that kids should know to get them ready for kindergarten. So I don't know if it's to get them ready for kindergarten or they should know this by the end of kindergarten. My goal is for her to know this to be prepared for kindergarten. That's how I'm viewing it. I'm not sure if that's the case, but that's kind of what I'm looking at it as. And then there are lessons to get your child ready to learn those things. So there's 10 lessons. And then in the back, there are also, she won't know all of these things, like the money things. I don't think she'll know by the end, but that's okay. This is kind of my guide for preschool and kindergarten. So then at the end, there are lessons where you have to, like, this is kind of like your way of checking, like quizzing them on different things. And then there's paper you can make copies of, numbers, hundreds chart. So, like, she won't be able to write to 100 by the end of this year, which is fine. Then also included is flashcards, really high quality flashcards. These are her sight words. We just started practicing these. There's numbers. And then these I've actually been doing with Hunter to start teaching him his colors and shapes. And then on the back are the words. So with Leah, I go over the words so she can start identifying words too. There also is letters, but we have it, I forgot to grab it. We have it in our like morning basket. It also brings a dry erase board, a marker, a chalk, what is this? Chalk, yeah. And then an eraser. So it brings a lot of stuff. I'll link it, like I said, as soon as I get a chance at the end of the day. But definitely look up her Instagram, and there are tons of really fun activities and ideas on her account, or things other people post. Just check like pictures taken of her or hashtags or things like that. Then this is an oldie but a goodie, something we pulled out again recently. We had stopped using it, and we started it back up. Every morning I have Leah. She gets to choose whether she wants to trace the uppercase or lowercase. That's another thing. We're starting to identify like letters by uppercase or lowercase, because before we used to say just like big letter, little letter, where now we're starting to use the word. So I asked her, do you want to practice uppercase today or lowercase? And then she just sits there and practices it, and she really enjoys doing it. I want to get the number board too. This is from Treasures from Jennifer. She has so many great resources. They're a little bit pricey, but it's high quality stuff. So I want to try maybe like each year to add to our collection, like pick one thing each year. So this has definitely helped with her writing as well, in the sense of like the formation, because a lot of times she doesn't, like, she tries to make a letter look like the letter, but she's not writing it correctly. So it has helped with that. Then some books I have really been enjoying is, we had been using the Jesus Storybook Bible for a while, so I kind of wanted to change it up. And we got this, our church gave us this book when Hunter was dedicated when he was a baby. So, but we've never really used it because it seemed a little bit advanced, but now Leah's getting older and I have really been liking it. It's a great way to talk about the curse and sin and how Adam and Eve fell, and the illustrations are just incredible. And it's interesting because the illustrations cause Leah to ask questions and ask things about God, which is what you want for kids to do. So I've really enjoyed this, and it's really piqued her curiosity just looking at the pictures. So I really like this. Definitely recommend it. And it's a good way to get your kids thinking, and the illustrations are just incredible, but the writing is really good too. So this is by Kevin DeYoung. Oh no, yeah. It's by Kevin DeYoung, and it's called The Biggest Story. Then another oldie but goodie. I've mentioned this a few times, but I recently pulled it out again, and this is the Count With Me. And let me show you. I recently got a curriculum it is called The Moffat Girls, and it's on Teachers Pay Teachers. This was recommended by an Instagram blogger called Let's Play School. And she went through the Moffat Girls curriculum, and I actually ordered it before she went through it, but if you haven't checked out that video, I will try my best. It won't be till tonight, but I will go back and link her video because she does an extensive review of Moffat Girls products. And it comes with centers, so I picked a few centers, so games and all of these things. Oh, I'm so happy he likes that book, Daniela. My sister-in-law, we gave her this book for her son, and she was saying that he loves the book. So I'm really happy that you like it. So the way I have been using this, because I used this when she was really little to teach her numbers, and then I kind of put it away and forgot about it. And I recently pulled it out because this has the number words. So now she already knows her numbers. Now I'm trying to teach her the correlating word. So what I'll do is I'll say, like, there in this kindergarten curriculum, it talks about numbers and things like that. So to kind of guide her, I'll say, okay, find the number 4 in this book. And she'll find the number 4. And then I'll tell her, okay, look at the word. And then we'll bring this word and kind of correlate it with what we're doing in this actual curriculum. So this is one way I use the book. The other way I was using the book is it has addition, which I love, and then a lift and flap. So we've been using it for that. It also has a number line, which I think is awesome. So we've used the number line, we've used the adding pages, and we're using the book to learn the actual words. So this book I used a ton when she was a toddler and loved it to teach actual numbers. But now we're using it in a more advanced way. So I wanted to mention that to you because I haven't used this book in a while. So I wanted to show you how I'm using it now. Then let me go ahead and dive in. This brings tons and tons of centers, but I did not have time to print out a ton of centers. So I picked my favorites, and we've been doing those and mastering the skill with those centers. So I don't recall how much this costs. I think it's $12.99 for one unit. And this unit is focusing on numbers 1 through 10. I want to get through 1 through 20 by the end before she starts kindergarten and make sure she's mastered all of the skills 1 through 10. So she pretty much is going through the numbers. This is bringing it back to the basics. And we recently just started this, so we've only gotten to number 5. And then it has tons of other activities, hands-on things, but it's very easy hands-on things for her to be doing. Sometimes we don't have time to get to this, so I'll just have her do like the math game or different things like that. So those are pretty much the things we have been using right now. Every single morning we do these things, and I find it really helpful. Another thing I want to mention is an Instagram account that I have found so helpful. A few people have asked me, where do I find ideas and things like that? And Instagram is a great resource. Someone I've been using is Let's Play School. She has a blog. She has an Instagram account. Her Insta stories are wonderful. She's an awesome resource. And she does like a freebie Friday. She sells tons of stuff. She has a monthly book club where I've ordered a few of her books, and she brings a whole bunch of activities to go with it, and they're Usborne books, which I love Usborne books. So that is a great resource. Definitely go check her out. She has a YouTube channel too, so I'll make sure I link the YouTube channel, but she is great. And then if you look at pictures taken, another resource I use is like, for example, Treasures from Jennifer. I know that's a great resource. So I know if people are using these, they're kind of going in the direction I want to for homeschooling. So I look up Treasures from Jennifer, see pictures taken from her, and I'll look at those accounts to get more ideas, like people who posted pictures using Treasures from Jennifer's stuff, or pictures of people who are using the kindergarten toolkit, because I know they're kind of doing what I want to be doing. And that's how I find a lot of homeschool accounts. I know people have asked me, how do you find these things? That is the main way I find things. I look up resources I've been using, look at those accounts. A lot of times those accounts will repost pictures. That's another thing I do. And I just look. I look at these homeschool accounts, and I look through them, see if they're kind of doing what I want to be doing, and then I follow them. And I get so many great ideas. I feel like Instagram is a great community for that. The last book I want to show you, which if you haven't seen my Easter activities video, definitely check it out, because I posted of some really cool, fun activities for you guys to be doing this week. But I mentioned this book, and I wasn't able to show you guys because it hadn't come in yet. But it's called The Garden, the Curtain, and the Cross. If you are going to buy anything for Easter or for like a Christ-centered book to be teaching your kids, definitely buy this. It's great. It starts from the beginning when man fell, and then it goes through and talks about sin and explains sin to kids. And then it goes through when the temple is there. And then it talks about how Jesus came and how he was without sin and how he died on the cross. And then it talks about how he rose again. And it goes through the entire story in a kid-friendly format. It is incredible. It's really, really Christ-centered. And I just love it for Easter and for year-round. I think it's a great resource. Okay. I have to wrap things up because Chris has to go to the doctor's. But if you're watching this later on, please let me know some of the resources you've been liking. Also, really quick, I want to mention that I have been looking at curriculums for next year. I have so many ideas. If you guys have things you might want me to, suggestions of things you want me to look into, I am definitely going to be using some Good and the Beautiful stuff. I'm also looking at a nature curriculum. I'm also looking at Beautiful Feet books. And I am also looking at, oh my goodness, I'm drawing a blank. But I'm going to be, as I collect stuff, I'm going to do a whole video on curriculums. But if you have any ideas of things you might want me to look into, consider ordering. I'm definitely thinking of doing Right Start Math. But let me know, because I'm researching curriculums now. So if there's one you want me to research, I can't guarantee I'll order it, but I am going to look into as many curriculums as possible. I'm also leaning towards a lot of the downloadable curriculums because they're really affordable. I find that they're really good quality stuff, but super cheap, and I can use it in the future for other kids. So definitely keep me updated. I'm also looking at the Story of America, some science and social studies. If you guys have suggestions, let me know. And then I found a really cool looking Bible curriculum that I'm going to be looking into too. So definitely let me know, what are your favorite homeschool resources and any curriculums you suggest or might want me to check out. Like I said, I will try my best tonight to get it back on here and link any of the stuff I talked about, and leave your questions in the comments down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.